Good morning. Welcome to day 2 of the 2023 Embedded Vision Summit. How was day 1 yesterday? Thumbs up? Yeah? Very glad to hear it. I learned a lot, which is the thing I love most about this event is, in talking with our speakers and giving them feedback on their draft presentations and so on ahead of time, and then in seeing their actual live presentations, I always learn a lot. And I learned a lot on the exhibit floor. I learned a lot from the questions that you all ask the speakers, and I learned a lot from the spontaneous conversations that we have in the hallways, including the ones that I overhear. For example, yesterday I overheard Dean Kamen, one of our speakers, saying to somebody, I've given presentations at the White House, and they don't make me prepare as much as these guys make me prepare. I take that as a compliment. So what did I learn yesterday? I learned a ton. I'm just going to touch on a few highlights that really stood out for me. For example, from Ruichi Opadie from ST Micro, I learned that ST Micro makes an image sensor that does not output images. It outputs optical flow vectors. Okay, that's a little bit of an oversimplification. It can output images, but it can be configured to only output optical flow vectors. That's pretty interesting if you have a very privacy-sensitive or a very power-constrained application. From my interview with Jason Levine of Keurig Dr. Pepper, I learned that it is possible, challenging, but possible, to implement computer vision, AI-based computer vision, in a $150 consumer product. And I learned that doing that has enabled Keurig Dr. Pepper to make a really fundamental improvement in its consumables business model. If you're in a startup, I think that Simon Morris's talk about what distinguishes successful startups from the rest was really insightful. Simon told us that the top 3 reasons that startups fail are, number 1, not clearly identifying the customer or the market problem. 2, not quantifying the value proposition, or indeed just not having a strong value proposition. And number 3, not quantifying how the company's offering is differentiated from competitors. From Fahed Hassanat of Sensor Core Tech, I learned how to diagnose DNN training problems and how to correct them. From Jack Sim of StradVision, I learned about some of the challenges of training a single DNN to perform multiple tasks and a technique for training a single DNN to perform multiple tasks using teacher-student networks. By the way, we'll hear more about multifunction DNNs today from Chris Rowan of Cisco. And from Florian Domengi of Yole, I learned that 3D sensing is being used in a very wide and growing range of applications, from robotic vacuum cleaners to driver monitoring. These were a few super interesting presentations that I saw yesterday.